Want to find out what happened on April the 27th, 2023? You're about to get one of the quickest possible summaries of all the most important world events for the previous day, as part of the daily upload scheme that Too Long Didn't Scroll offers. Get your daily news fix, pain-free, here every single day to get your day started right, as they should be. This is the 98th episode. Happy listening, everyone.
A Marshall Island-flagged oil tanker with 24 Indians as crew was seized by the Iranian Navy in the Gulf of Oman. The oil tanker was...
We start off the events of this day in the waters by the country of Iran, specifically in the Gulf of Oman, bordering the Persian Gulf and Indian Ocean, sharing coastlines with Iran, Oman, the United Arab Emirates, and Pakistan. An incident has occurred in these waters as of this day of recording was the forced seizure of a Houston-bound oil tanker known as the Advantage Street traveling in the waters. The vessel was Marshall Islands flag, managed by a Turkish company and owned by a Chinese company, and crewed by several Indians. The vessel was seized by the naval branch of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, a military force adjunct to the traditional Iranian armed forces, charged with the duty of the preservation of its Islamic Republic as opposed to traditional defense. This sudden seizure was met with much criticism from around the world, such as from America, which labeled the IGRC's actions as contrary to international law and contrary to regional security. The IGRC has only released one statement surrounding the incident, stating that an earlier incident in the Gulf occurred some days ago when a collision between an Iranian ship and another ship injured several Iranian crew members, though did not identify the ships that had collided.
A 19-year-old and the book bag she used to take to university in Kabul just last month. Now it holds broken dreams, yet another dimming of the light for Afghan women. Rababa, not her real name for security reasons, says there's not much left to take away.
Now I'm in the country that girls just have permission of breathing, nothing else.
We now consider ourselves in the country of Afghanistan, which has been under the rule of the Taliban since 2021 after the fall and exile of the otherwise internationally recognized government with the seizure of Kabul. The Taliban's rule has received much scrutiny and close attention for how it was going to transform Afghanistan going forward, particularly when concerning its strict interpretation of Sharia law and its implications on women's rights. Since the takeover of the country, progress in the field of women's rights regressed significantly as women were increasingly restricted from education and public areas. Recently, the Taliban has also begun barring Afghan women from working in many positions nationwide, including those working for the United Nations mission in Afghanistan. In response to these restrictions, a condemnation has been passed at the UN Security Council, drafted by the United Arab Emirates and Japan, calling for a reversal of these crackdowns which the state, quote-unquote, undermines human rights and humanitarian principles. The Taliban, in response to criticisms throughout its rules, has stated its handling of women's rights in accordance with their laws is, quote-unquote, an internal issue.
Every day that he goes to university, he hugs me and he said that I wish you could go with me. I wish I could do anything for you. And it's really bad feeling that he's going and I'm not going.
In the country of Russia, we focus in on the country that is ramping up on its crackdowns on human rights and corruption watchdog groups nationwide as the Russian government presumably attempts to tighten its grip on the Russian populace in the wake of the turmoil that is the Russo-Ukrainian war. As of this day of recording, another such group has been shut down by a Moscow city court, this time being the SOVA Center for Information and Analysis that monitors nationalist and racist movements across Russia. The SOVA Center has stated, however, it will continue operating until the execution of the liquidation request. Meanwhile, in the country of Saudi Arabia, women's rights have also infamously been the point of contention across the country. One notable such area has concerned the military, with its previous ban on the recruitment of women. However, such a restriction has been reversed as of this day, as the government has announced the opening up of applications for military jobs across the board to both men and women after the ban was first lifted in 2019, allowing women across the country to apply to military positions provided they meet certain requirements. In other news, the leader of Ethiopia's Prosperity Party, Girma Yeshitila, has been assassinated by the gunmen in the Amhara region. The Spanish parliament has announced a ban of the tradition involving bullfighting with costume dwarfs that many international organizations worldwide names as discriminating against people with disabilities. And 2 bombings caused by still a large perpetrator in the American state of New Hampshire has injured 1 person.